Welcome back to What's Next Garage. Today we're taking off all of the accessories on the Subaru ej25 motor. Then we're going to take the wrist pins out and the pistons and then split the motor. Stick around. Splitting the motor definitely turns out to be more than it was bargained for. Here we're just stripping off the water pump. Taking off some crossover pipes. These little spring clips were so rusted that they were just falling apart. Then the oil pump resides right behind the crank bolt and the crank pulley. So that gets pulled out of there. We have to pull that splined sprocket out of there also. And it was on there pretty tight, but little screwdriver, a little bit of impact on there. You can't pry too hard on it, that's for sure. You'll definitely damage that seal behind it. I'm just using my side cutters there to pull that Woodruff key out. Then once all the hardware is out of the pump, you just have to pry on that lower left corner there to pull that pump off of there. Sure is a drippy mess. So it's great, these are all dual tool fasteners. Whoop. You can either use a Phillips screwdriver or a 10mm socket. That rusty oil pan, that's just all surface rust on there. It actually still was pretty solid. Alright, so this thing's got like 100 jillion miles on it. So we're just going to try and get under there and prop it up. Everything is on with silicone. So we'll just tip tap with this. That's a little... Hey, that came up right away. What the devil was I hitting on? The wrong spot. Come in here, right over where the water pump was. Boy, that came right up. That was a 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh. Ugly. So I got main bearings and I got rod bearings shipped overnight. I forget who it's from. I'll find out who it was from again. The rod bearings were $19 and the main bearings were like $47. So because I got more time than money, I decided to go that route. If they last 10,000 miles or if they last 1,000 miles. It's at least a fun project. Once I have all the parts out, then I go ahead and pull the windage tray out and then take the motor mounts off. But first I label them driver side inner and passenger side inner. Then just unbolt them. So that plug and then this plug over here are what allow you to get the wrist pins out. And like I said tons of times before, there's tons of good videos out there. I'm just doing mine and throwing it in. If anybody can get any value from it, well, good. If they have an entertainment value, well, sometimes that's more fun. I found my Allen wrenches. Doesn't everybody have a meatloaf pan full of Allen wrenches? Meatloaf pan. At a place I used to work, that's all we carried our tools around in was a meatloaf pan. Let's stop. Let's see what happens here. Ow! Ow, the shock. All right, no problem. All right, and there looks like a little silver sealing washer on there. So I've just been getting some texts and it sounds like I'm gonna have a shop full of helpers. I got a couple of brothers that are coming over, like 3 of them. The one that's coming over, I actually had my chains and my engine leveler. Hey, he's bringing that back. Isn't that funny? After the fact. If I wouldn't have all that stuff underneath there, I could just run the wheels underneath and put it up there, but I don't. I don't have that luxury. Nick, you would love it. There's fasteners everywhere. We kind of basket hitch it. I think that's gonna be pretty safe. I'm not going crazy with it. We'll put a little tension on that. Oh, we don't want to break that. All right, let's put a little tension on there. Once I get it slung up nicely, then I just detach it from the engine stand. Just clean up the little bit of a mess there and get it up onto the workbench. At this point, the engine block is not terribly heavy. I mean, I wouldn't want to carry it around on my back, but it's not very heavy. So as I take out the flex plate bolts here, you verify that there's 8 bolts. Now that number becomes important. So there were a total of 8 bolts on that flex plate. Then I use my impact screwdriver. I'll leave a link below in the description for this impact screwdriver. This thing works awesome. Here we're popping off the access covers and seeing a lot of water and oil. Inside these access holes are where we find the covers for the wrist pin access. If anybody's ever played the game Operation, that's what this is. The old timers will know. You old timers. It'd be buzzing like crazy. All right, I have a super long Phillips screwdriver. Phillips screwdriver, what the hell? There it is. It worked. Think I'm gonna drop it on the floor? Oh, Jesus, I did! Jumped right out. Oh gosh, what in the devil? I need to start thinking about what I'm doing. But this is my long Phillips screwdriver. I'm gonna put a rag down there just in case I miss. I don't like the way that feels, but I think I could get that with a pliers. Yeah. All right, so that's how you do it. I'm gonna just do the ones in the back, same way, but I promise if I drop it, I'll tell you. I put the Woodruff key back in and I use that crescent wrench to turn it. So I'm using the Woodruff key in conjunction with the crescent wrench to be able to turn that. I could have put the bolt back in, but I just did it this way.
I got work to do. It's a fuck around show. And Rob drives right into me with his truck.
Outside?
Yeah.
Are you sad?
No, I'm just surprised that he was gonna break his truck.
Nah.
It worked good with the rag there because once it popped out, the rag caught it. As you just heard, one of my brothers walked in, and I think it was at that point I started to lose concentration for this job because it just went bad to worse.
Oh, I dropped another one. Hi, Dave. Hi, Rob.
Yeah,
how are you?
Good. Small,
What's next? Hey, I'm here to see what's next. What's next? I can't wait. I can't wait. I know. I can see it. I can see the excitement. Start up an old snowblower. Start up an old snowblower. Do something.
Do something.
What's next garage? Organizing and sweeping up my shop.
Nah.
What the hell, Dave, is going on with this? Major overhaul?
Yeah, putting some connecting rods and some other stuff.
Oh, gee, couldn't you just get a motor from somebody? Order a new motor?
What fun would that be?
I don't want to be that guy, but I think it was at this point I lost all concentration in what I was doing on this job, including hardware, everything.
And why are you doing this to put this together? Because you love your son so much?
I want to get him out of the Jeep. I don't know. Yeah, you know
Why
what?
can't you tell him to buy his own car?
I told you again, I'm telling you again.
See, I got nothing else to do. I love Tyler a lot, but if he wrecks something I gave him, I go, well, see ya.
I watched a guy take this apart with a hammer or rubber mallet, and he hit the crank. Oh, that one, come on. So he hit the crank one way, the other way, and then he went to that side and hit it, and it came apart.
It's like, you're gonna try it. Just
I know
like,
it's good. Do it with a metal hammer. So you
Yeah.
hit that crank all up.
Yeah, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, this little keyway here. Bring that whole keyway up or lose that key out of there.
I gotta take the key back out again
Why did you put it back in?
so I could turn it.
Oops. It works better than cutting the door.
Here, use the screwdriver.
Oh, it did work better than cutting the door, hey?
That's why I lost all faith in your YouTube
Yeah,
after that video.
Yeah, and it looked funny. The sausage making one was kind of sexual. I got out of that one. I got my wife here to make sausage. I just smiled. Sausage.
Oh, let's keep going.
And what's with these lights in this shop too? Is that what all people that build beautiful shops put for lighting?
He's busy working on stuff.
Dark, so.
And they get up over there.
I got these things are still
I can't have more lighting.
Or rubber mallet for that. Or rubber mallet.
You need to come out. Yeah, hey Davo. Yeah, your son just found one that's not gonna let him split.
Oh yeah, I'd probably move that one first.
Where? Right here, go. That'll help.
That one will help.
You better get that on video so somebody doesn't forget.
Somebody make it look at.
And
Now
then
look, he's
sue
gonna
you.
trip on a saw. He just used that.
Dude, it's gonna come right apart. All he's gotta do is lift it now.
You just gotta tap it one more time.
No!
Get that tapper, Evan.
No!
Once I got that board out and started using a hydraulic spreader, I should have stopped. I should have stopped. I should have reassessed, reevaluated. Nope. I kept going.
There's one more in there.
No, there's no more in
You
there.
don't think so?
No.
There's
No.
got to be something holding him back. 'Cause-
No.
Do you want to try to spread it on this end then?
No.
Get in between?
I tried everything. Hammer, chisels, scrapers. Even though my brother said there's got to be something else in there, we're looking right where it is. You can see all of us. We're going around with a flashlight. Everything. It was at this point I should have just stopped and researched it on YouTube or did something. But I didn't. I continued to try and pry and hydraulic press. I mean, you could see it splitting. It's simply splitting on the flywheel end. No problem. Now I'm trying to pry in the front. I'm using the hydraulic spreader. It's still not moving. So now we'll hit and we'll pry. And this goes on for I don't know, 20 minutes? This video is at about 723%. And a torch. Oh my gosh, we even brought out a torch. I even brought out a torch. I don't know why I didn't stop and think. This is embarrassing to have this video running. It's embarrassing to even put it on this channel. But these are the things that happen. You get carried away. You start to roll. You start to not think. I mean, we looked that thing over 100 times. And we're still trying to pry it apart. Of course it's got a bolt in it. It has to have a bolt in it.
What is this here, maybe? Could there be something behind this? Right here, you pull that out. Could there be something? I had a hidden one behind that.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, you may be right. Just undo it. Yeah, you may be right, Rob. Let's take a look down now. Very well could be. Yep, there it is.
Oh, we would have broke it.
There it is.
Pounded for hours and hours and hours on that.
So now we come over here.
Oh, videotape this! For all you
So that bolt was hidden behind the tensioner bracket.
It's a good thing we stopped, otherwise we'd have probably destroyed the engine block.
This is the tensioner bracket. So make sure you take off all of the brackets.
After my older brother found a bolt that was hidden, now it's gonna come right apart. Look at that, it comes right apart!
Yeah, I've seen guys hammer on those for days. Guys have struggled with these until they find this is all you're gonna be using.
My gosh! That's it.
Oh, something just fell out. Oh, bearing.
It pays to find all the hardware.
Make sure you have.
Well, that's going to do it for this cringe-worthy episode of What's Next Garage. On the next episode, we're going to be putting in the main bearings and the rod bearings. Most of the tools you see, the specialty tools, will be linked below. The ratchet, the nut taker outer kit, the impact screwdriver, they'll all have links below. With that, thanks for stopping by. Have a great day.